In the 25th century, humans are capable of exploring the universe, and thus they meet the Zynth, an alien race with supernatural powers. Anna, a diplomatic mediator, is sent to maintain peace between the two races, but upon discovering what their leader had in store for her, she loses her sanity. He reveals to her a connection never felt before through the secret of his power. However, upon uncovering the true intentions of the human leaders, Anna faces a difficult decision: to help the Zynth or complete her mission. In the 25th century, humanity had expanded beyond its terrestrial boundaries, venturing into a galaxy filled with mysteries and possibilities. Space travel had become commonplace, and the exploration of new worlds was a fundamental part of the human experience. However, this exploration led to unexpected encounters with species that challenged all human understanding. Among these species, the Zynth stood out, an alien race known for their profound emotional connection and unusual telepathic abilities. Ana Torres was a lieutenant in the Interplanetary Exploration Force, specialized in interspecies communication. Her work was essential, as the ability to understand and respect alien cultures was crucial for intergalactic peace. When she was assigned to the mission of mediation between humans and Zynth, Ana felt a unique excitement. She had always been fascinated by everything involving the unknown, and this new mission seemed like the perfect opportunity to make history. As the ship landed on Zynth, Ana was enveloped by a vibrant world. The surface was covered with lush forests and mountains that danced under the light of two suns. The atmosphere was rich with colors and sounds that seemed to come alive. Upon being introduced to Kale, the leader of Zynth society, Ana realized she was in the presence of an extraordinary being. He had luminescent blue skin, and his eyes reflected a deep wisdom that instantly attracted her. Interspecies communication is more than words, Lieutenant Torres, Kale said, his melodious voice whispering in her mind. His telepathy went beyond words, connecting their emotions and making Ana feel every nuance of what Kale felt. This exchange helped break down the barriers that separated their worlds, creating a connection that transcended what they both thought was possible. Ana began to explore Zynth culture alongside Kale, absorbing their traditions and ways of life. One aspect that surprised her was the emotional exuberance that characterized the Zynth. Every gathering was marked by celebrations that involved music and dance, with intense emotions expressed freely and authentically. Unlike human culture, often repressive and restrained, the Zynth lived the fullness of feelings, and Ana found herself drawn to this freedom. One evening, as they sat amidst the glowing flora of a serene valley, Kale shared a profound thought. "True understanding begins when we dare to see the world through another's eyes," he said, his voice resonating in Anna's mind. And here's a question for you, dear viewer. If you could connect with someone from a completely different world, human or not, what's the one question you'd ask them to understand them better? Think about it. Would you ask about their greatest fear, their biggest joy, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below. Your perspective might just inspire someone else to see the universe differently. Ana took a deep breath, Kale's words sinking in. It wasn't just their differences that captivated her, but the shared threads of hope and longing they uncovered with every interaction. As she looked into his luminescent eyes, she felt a flicker of something new, something that felt like both a question and an answer. As time passed, the bond between Ana and Kale grew stronger. They were connected on a level that defied logic, sharing laughter, sadness, and discoveries. He taught her the principles of intergalactic empathy, a concept that the Zynth valued deeply and that Ana realized was the key to the survival of both peoples. However, this growing connection was not well received by everyone. Ana's superiors back on Earth viewed her relationship with Kale as a threat. Concerned about the possibility of an alliance between humans and Zynth destabilizing political and economic interests, they began pressuring her to maintain emotional distance. They feared that such a close bond could lead to conflicting loyalties. Ana, on the other hand, became increasingly confused about onde ela deveria colocar seu coração e lealdade. Tensions escalated when an intergalactic corporation, known for its ambition and control, decided that the planet Zynth was the next target for exploitation. They were determined to extract the planet's natural resources, regardless of what it would mean for Zynth culture or the environment. During a peace conference, Ana and Kale realized that the corporation's goal was a direct threat to what they both considered sacred. Ana had a revelation. She could not simply stand by while the planet Zynth was in danger, and her connection with Kale was a call to action. Together, they decided to form an alliance with Zynth rebels who were already uniting against the corporation, trying to protect their home and their rights. Ana knew this was a fight not only for the survival of the Zynth but for what she believed was ethical and just. She and Kale mobilized their new allies, uniting the necessary forces to resist. Through strategy and empathy, the two groups prepared for the battle to come. Ana, now a true leader, reflected on her role in the fight and the need to protect not only Kale but the entire Zynth culture. With each passing day, their emotions intertwined further, creating a bond that challenged everything she knew. The conflict was inevitable, and the day of battle approached. Anna was aware that it would be a difficult fight, but her determination and that of the Zynth inspired her. She knew that the empathy Kale had cultivated within her was not only about understanding others, but also about acting on behalf of those who could not fight. He made her realize that there was something deeper than politics or war, love, and that love could be the force that drove them to victory. On the eve of battle, Anna and Kale met in a tranquil place, away from the preparations and tension. Under the light of two suns, they shared their fears, hopes, and what they meant to each other. It was a moment when the word love felt tangible, and their feelings were so intense that the telepathic connection seemed to pulsate between them. Kale, with his deep eyes, made a promise. No matter the choices you have to make, know that you are not alone. I will fight by your side until the end, he said, and Anna felt a wave of warmth and security. She also felt ready to face any challenge because now she had not only a love but a cause. When the day of battle arrived, what seemed like a simple fight quickly transformed into a titanic struggle between the ideals of freedom and oppression. The human troops, under the corporation's banner, were ready to advance. In contrast, Anna, Kale, and the Zynth rebels took their positions, uniting their forces and emotions to fight not only for their lives but for the future of their species. The fight was fierce. Anna, dressed in combat gear reflecting her role as a mediator between Dos Mundos, threw herself into the battle with courage. Alongside Kale, they moved with impressive synchronicity, using their telepathic communication skills to coordinate attacks and defender Omes Vulneravius. The sounds of battle and the echoes of screams mingled with the beat of their hearts. Throughout the confrontation, Anna felt a wave of doubt. The orders she received from her superiors echoed in her mind, making her question whether she was making the right choice. But when she looked at Kale, she saw his determination and a possible future, one where humans and Zynth could coexist in peace. At the climax of the battle, the corporation's attack seemed poised to breach their defenses. Anna saw a group of soldiers preparing to strike Kale. In an instinctive movement, she threw herself in front of him, feeling the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Time seemed to stop as the shot of a weapon echoed. When Anna found herself on the ground, the pain was intense, but there was also a profound calm in her heart. As if the world had aligned by the force of their emotions, Kale, turning around, saw Anna wounded. The connection between them intensified, and he was immediately overcome by a wave of fear and love. With a powerful scream, he used all his telepathic and emotional abilities to launch an attack against the soldiers, combining his skills with the emotions of the rebels around him. The outcome of the battle turned the tide of history. Anna, though injured, found strength in her love for Kale and her determination to protect everything she considered important. During the fight, she realized not only the importance of Kale in her life but what her journey had represented for the unification of their peoples. With victory, they not only protected Zynth but also began to forge a true alliance between humans and Zynth. As they recovered, Anna and Kale contemplated the future. She realized that while the fight had been for survival, it had also been a fight for love. One that had no barriers, one that did not care about politics, and one that challenged all skeptics. Anna knew their journey was far from over. Challenges would still exist, and building peace would require work and understanding. But more importantly, she also knew she had now found her place, beside Kale, in a universe that promised much mais do Kale's have I am imaginado. Together, they would become the heralds of a new era, where humans and aliens could coexist, learning from one another and thriving in an environment of empathy and love. Thus, as the sun set on the horizon of Zynth, illuminating the beauty of a new dawn, Anna and Kale prepared to write the next page of their lives, together in a story that promised to be profound and extraordinary. Between war and love, Anna and Kale have shown that true strength lies in protecting what we believe is right. But this is just one of many stories where the improbable becomes possible. Click now and discover another fascinating narrative of struggle, sacrifice, and connections that transcend worlds.